Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise today in support of an amendment authored by Representative Roy and myself. This amendment would restrict funds from being used to implement President Biden's radical climate agenda. Since taking office, the Biden administration has spent billions of dollars implementing leftist climate initiatives at the expense of the American taxpayer. In May of 2023, the USDA announced $11 billion in grants and loans for, quote, zero-emission energy, otherwise known as unreliable energy. In addition, a recent report found that Biden's USDA Secretary, Tom Vilsack, coordinated with Arabella Advisors, a George Soros-funded group, on, quote, transforming the U.S. food system. We simply cannot produce and process the food necessary to satisfy the massive demand in this country and abroad if we cannot depend on energy and food systems that are being hijacked into an extremist climate agenda. Furthermore, Biden's climate policies have detrimental effects on our economy and threaten the very livelihood of Americans in our agricultural sector. In many cases, these radical Biden initiatives actually do more harm than good to our environment. Our farmers already face enormous challenges, including market fluctuations, rising input costs, the list goes on. And by squeezing out clean and economical fuel sources and demanding a hasty shift to so-called clean energy, green energy as they call it, our farmers and ranchers are struggling with rising costs of fuel that they need to keep their operations going. Agriculture is the backbone of our nation, and we must ensure that that sector, the agricultural sector, has the resources that it needs to keep providing for American families. Our farmers and ranchers are some of the best conservationists in the world. Our amendment would prevent President Biden's extreme anti-climate initiatives that would undoubtedly raise costs for our nation's agricultural businesses. A threat to our nation's ag producers is a threat to our national security. I encourage my colleagues to support this common sense amendment and safeguard our farmers and ranchers from the Biden administration's misguided climate policies. I reserve.